I'm sure it's fine.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Let me tell you about a bone-chilling, horrific crime that will shock you to your very core, occurring in merry old England right now. And no, this has nothing to do with Russell Brand, even though he's the #1 trending topic on Earth. Strange that. It has everything to do with the elites in England, in left-wing corners of their government, importing third-world criminals into their major cities to behave criminally, commit stabbings and rape gangs. Look at this. Knife crime in London is up 54% over the last 10 years. It's up 10% just this year alone. In England and in Wales, teenage deaths due to knife crime has hit its highest in 18 years. And most of these violent crimes are committed by men of a very certain socioeconomic and social standing class background. That's a very polite way of the data saying that we've imported all these criminals to go stab the natives of England and to drive them out of their neighborhood and their land and their great cities. So that's what's actually going on in England. Knife crime soars by 20% in London. Over the past year, politicians clash over what blades to ban. And would you look at that? They've just decided to outlaw owning a ninja sword. I really wonder how many native Brits are walking around with ninja swords attacking people. It's a real head scratcher there. Let's talk about a native Brit that is currently trending right now. Somebody whom I know, been on his show, interacted with Russell Brand before. He's a great dude. We were able to hang out a bit over the last couple of months. British police charge comedian Russell Brand with rape and sexual assault. Oh my. I saw this headline this morning. It's the #1 trend in the world. Seems like, obviously, England has its own problems, right? I wonder how many people that were investigating Russell Brand for 26-year-old alleged crimes here were taken off the mass stabbings cases throughout all the no-go zones in London. But, it seems like I'm asking all the wrong questions. You see, Jill Lawless from the government-funded AP is here to write with her stern, angry little glare. No articles from Jill Lawless on any of the knife crimes or rape gangs throughout England, but here we are. British police on Friday charged Russell Brand with rape and sexual assault following an 18-month investigation sparked when 4 women alleged to have been assaulted by the controversial comedian. He wasn't controversial, of course, when he was a Hollywood star and when he was married to Katy Perry and so on. But now he's controversial because he doesn't like Big Pharma. Oh, okay, because he questions COVID protocols. Oh, okay, because he's on Rumble now. He's controversial. London Metropolitan Police said Brand, who's 50, faces 1 count of rape, 1 count of indecent assault, 1 count of oral rape, and 2 of sexual assault. Brand denied engaging in non-consensual activity. The offenses involved 4 women and took place in 1999 to 2005. So we were talking either 20 or 25-year-old. I mean, really remarkable here. Hold on. 1999. There's literally 30 years that people could have come forward with this, but it just all happens to be coming to a head right now. Not when he was a Hollywood star, not when he was in left-wing circles. These things weren't happening. Not when he was part of the machine. But now it's happening. Okay. Russell Brand has responded to this, and let's listen.
Firstly, thank you for these incredible and overwhelming messages of support. We're very fortunate, in a way, to live in a time where there's so little trust in the British government. We're very fortunate, I suppose, that this is happening at a time where we know that the law has become a kind of weapon to be used against people, institutions, and sometimes entire nations that will not accept and tolerate levels of corruption that are unprecedented. I'm speaking particularly to those of you that are watching this in the UK. How do you feel about your legal system right now? How do you feel about some of the high-profile cases that are not being pursued and prosecuted? How do you feel that the Southport murders were handled? How do you feel about the government of Keir Starmer? Now, that's just sort of general context. I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, who were just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool. before I lived in the light of the Lord. I was a drug addict, a sex addict, and an imbecile. But what I never was a rapist. I've never engaged in non-consensual activity. I pray that you can see that by looking in my eyes. I want to thank all of you for your continuing support. I want to let you know that our show will be on Rumble on Monday. Thanks for your support there. And of course, I'm now going to have the opportunity to defend these charges in court, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. In the meantime, you lot, stay free, and we will be continuing to discuss this matter. Praise the Lord.
So Russell Brand there effectively saying, yeah, I mean, like most young men, I behaved in a way that does not comport with me being a father and a husband, and this is true for young men and women, quite frankly. It's a fallen society, it's a fallen world, always has been, and that's just the way it is. You have things that you regret doing when you were a young person, and so does everyone on this planet. And so what makes Russell Brand any different? Well, Russell Brand began to speak out against Big Pharma. Russell Brand began to speak out against the power structures of the globe. He switched sides, much like when they attacked Joe Rogan, right? Joe Rogan was a darling of the left when he was like an Obama supporter or Bernie bro. And then they start changing the color of his face as soon as he starts questioning Dr. Fauci and COVID protocols. Every single allegation against Russell Brand concerns events that took place 20 years ago or more. None of them existed while he was a famous actor or comedian. All of them emerged once he became a highly visible dissident on politics and COVID. Brand has been forthright about his behavior as a young man, and the idea that he is a serial rapist is absurd and, more importantly, completely unprovable. This is a political prosecution, plain and simple. How exactly are you going to prove this? Let's go ahead and listen to some individuals here who apparently have been contacted in this attack by the Matrix, Russell Brand. A year ago, British media reached out to me to participate in a hit piece about Russell Brand's rape allegations. It was weird. I told them I'm not a victim, and we'd never met. And they still pushed me to see if I could say anything bad against Russell Brand. What's going on here? It's very organized. It's very vicious. Russell Brand charged with rape for 25 years ago. Brand became a target after he shared thoughts disfavored by the UK government and US government. 20 years ago, these allegations that Brand inappropriate with women only began to surface when he became critical of Big Pharma. Reserve your judgment. Here's the quartering has to say. Russell Brand has a past. I'm not sure if these charges are true or not, but it's pretty curious that these crimes from 20 years ago just coming to the surface now. They've been trying to take him down ever since he started speaking out against Big Pharma. Russell Brand is obviously too big of a, he's kind of like Trump in a way, right? Like he was given the gold card. He was given like the pass by the actual regime, by the system. Russell Brand was made famous. He was in movies. He'd broken into pop culture, and you're allowed to do that. You don't do that by talent. Not saying they're not talented. I'm saying they were allowed in. Donald Trump was allowed in. And then they turned on the system, and the system doesn't like that at all. The system will destroy you for doing that. How are you ever going to prove this in court? Oh, got it. All right. There's new sentencing guidelines that are biased against Christians and white men. Straight white men. Got it. Sentencing guidelines brought to you by whatever that is. Okay, Sentencing Council, which is set to recommendations. The court in England and Wales is advising pre-sentencing reports will nominally be considered necessary for sentencing criminal ethic, cultural, and faith minority, meaning that they're going to sentence white, straight men on a two-tiered justice system more harshly than they will cultural enrichers. Got it? It's like maybe this is what they're trying to do with Russell Brand, right? So they charge him on these things, totally unprovable. Then they bring him into a system that is geared to destroy white Christian men. I don't buy it. I'm not like I've been a defender of. I've seen this too many times. Whether it's Kavanaugh, whether it's what they try to do with pretty much every single Trump nominee, but Pete Hegseth is one of the higher profile ones. They have tried this game again and again and again. They're monsters. These people don't care about women at all. Women getting stabbed and raped all over England. They don't care about that at all. They do nothing about it. In fact, they protect the rapists and the stabbers. But they'll go after Russell Brand for 25-year-old charges because he stands against the regime. It's prima facie evil. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand against it on this program. And I look forward to, we're going to invite Russell Brand on the stream, right? Proving that these people have no. It's your boy Benny. Make sure and subscribe for freedom. See you.